and welcome to Lunchtime Look. I'm not going to be doing a project today because I am furiously designing for upcoming videos and classes in anticipation of my vacation next week. But I wanted to come and show you some of the swaps that I received at OnStage. So OnStage is a demonstrator-only event. It was held in North Carolina this year. And when demonstrators go, they'll bring a bunch of cards that they've made, usually all of the same design, maybe a couple of different designs, and they will swap with other demonstrators for different ideas. And so let me show you the swaps that I received. This is not a card, it is a notepad that someone had made up. A Raleigh, North Carolina demonstrator had some notepads with a logo made up, and then just simply wrapped it in some designer series paper, some ribbon, add a little tag. Really, really cute. Normally you have to swap a 3D project to get a 3D project, but this demonstrator, even though I tried to resist, insisted. So, okay. And then we have, I'm gonna try to go in order of how much I like them. This is a very simple project. She stepped it up a little bit by, well, of course, gold foil always steps it up, but she embossed this white layer. And then this is a die cut from the new one that goes with the set that I got. I don't know the name yet. It's not the elements of text, it's the textured notes dies, I think. So they're a bunch of rectangles with some decorative edges. And then this is beautiful butterflies. Again, very simple card. She's just stamped some butterflies on the bokeh paper and stamped some of those dots that come in that set. And just two labels. That black one is cut in half so that she could spread it out a little bit, so you got that top and bottom effect. And I don't think, I'm going to try to tell you where these guys are from, but these guys didn't mention where they're from. This next one is a fractured card. It's not fractured very much, but the fracture just means that there's some spacers in between here. And she's embossed one, she used DSP for another, and then she did her stamping and die cutting up here too. So a little bit of everything in an in color. This one, she let the DSP do the work for her. She had one stamped image, and then the rest is 3 patterns from the same pack of DSP and a little bit of ribbon. She was from Michigan. We meet people from all over. Don't know where this one's from. She used as her base, Basic Beige, which is a beautiful color. And then she just stamped this, and then she embossed it afterwards, after stamping and coloring. And this was one of my teammates' favorites, Deb, who went with me. And here we have one that features the Wanted to Say dies. You know how much I love them. And just some DSP and some die cuts. So this is a no stamping card. There was no stamping done here. No idea where she's from. This uses the elements of text background and with just a simple one color ink over the top of it. She was trading in lots of different colors. I got the Lost Lagoon base, and again, very, very pretty and simple. And she is from Rhode Island. This card features the With You in Mind stamp set that was, stamp set that was the focus of my March Clubhouse. Again, very, very simple. Cards don't have to be overly complicated to get a good result. You could whip up a lot of these thank you notes in no time. And this demonstrator is from Virginia. This is another fractured card. This is usually how you see them. The fractures are a little bit larger than I typically use, but she may have done that because the sentiment is a little bit larger as well. But just used some of this beautiful Mediterranean blooms paper, which you can't really tell it's Mediterranean blooms, except for I know that it is, because that's the reverse side of the Mediterranean blooms is all blue. And this demonstrator is a North Carolina demonstrator. I absolutely adore this card. So she used an embossing folder to add some texture. This is the, I think it's called plastered maybe. I've forgotten. I don't own it yet. And then a lot of it is just, the DSP is doing the work. It's beautiful DSP and just a simple little statement here on the front. And no idea where Jen Bach is from. This uses the same stamp set that I used on my card, except for she had remembered to order the designer series paper that kind of went along with it. So this one, I love this one because it's this set is perfect for masculine cards, and because I already own this bundle. This demonstrator is from Arizona. This was a fun one. I love these little butterflies, and they make for a really, really quick and easy card. And she used the champagne iridescent dots to create a shaker card. And she had these in all sorts of different colors as well. So that was fun. And she is from, doesn't say. This card I'm going to open up. I'm going to take it out of the envelope. We trade in the envelopes so that they stay nice. But this is going to be a card that I do in an upcoming Friday Night Live, probably a week from tomorrow. This is called a bandstand card. So when you get it, it lays flat for the mail. And then when you pinch the sides in, you've got this bandstand effect. So like, when you're on like when you go to the fair or just a smaller venue, they might have a little stage here and then lights coming down here. And it's usually got this kind of shape to it. So that's a bandstand card, and it's really simple to make. And that's why I'm going to show you pretty soon. And this was, I don't know who did this one. Oh, yes. Oh, this was from a Canadian demonstrator. So the North American OnStage involves, well, anybody can attend it from any of the 9 countries that Stampin' Up! Is in, but generally it's just US and Canada. We did have one person that traveled from Great Britain to be with us. This card uses a new stamp set, Flowers of the Month, or it's called something like that. And I chose this one because October is my birth month. She let me pick, and she just happened to have in October. Apparently, my flower is a marigold, which I did not know. And there we go. Love this next card using Spotlight on Nature. Again, she just stamped it all in one color. I mean, she didn't even color it in. It's just one stamp here and one stamp for the sentiment. She die cut the sentiment, added a little ribbon, some gems, some DSP. Just very, very pretty. You don't have to go overboard to make a pretty card. You can make some pretty simple ones pretty quickly. Oh, and her name is Jennifer Flowers. And I've traded with her before at events, and she always has flowers, which makes sense because her last name is Flowers. And the tie, there's a tie for my favorite card. Oh, let's not get to my favorite cards yet. Although I do like this one. So this, I think, is the Hibiscus. That was an online exclusive. This is just a little note card that she stamped, but she really stepped this up a notch by adding Wink of Stella to the stamped image. It makes all the difference. It looks fantastic. And this is a Texas demonstrator that did that. Here's what I think is an Etch-a-Sketch. It's hard to tell because an Etch-a-Sketch image would typically, this would be gray in here, and then the image would just be black. But she colorized it. Or you can think of this as an old-fashioned TV in some sort of retro red color. And that's what Deb thought. Really cute card using that Cutest Cows set. That cow really is adorable. And I don't know where Sandra is from. This, I think my favorite cards tied. This was one of my favorite cards, and this is from a North Carolina demonstrator. And she used the Mediterranean Blooms Designer Series paper. She die cut it because the dies that go with the stamp set that goes with it cuts this image out, but you could fussy cut this as well. These two parts in here would be a little rough. I would keep it white and wouldn't matter, but you could fussy cut for the same result. She did a large label die in the back from the back of the paper, and then just did a little stamping and a little blending brush action in there in the back to let it stand off. But I just love this color combination. It's just really, really rich and beautiful. And then this card probably took the prize from my favorite swap of the ones I received. This was from my friend Kathy Clark, who is over in Concord, New Hampshire. And I met her online, and we've connected at, I think, 3 on-stage events and a backstage event now. So I think this is just beautiful. Her coloring with the Stampin' Blends on this image is gorgeous. This text in the background just adds just a nice little subtle interest, as does the blending brush. Just a really, really beautiful card. I hope you've enjoyed seeing these, and I will definitely be using some of the inspiration that I found in them, as well as some of the inspiration that I found on the swap boards that contained cards from people that I didn't swap with. I hope you have a great weekend ahead of you, and I hope to see you tomorrow night for Friday Night Live at 7:30 on my YouTube channel. Bye.